What is up, guys? My name is Pocketcraft and welcome back to the Cobblemon Survival Guide. Today's going to be absolutely awesome, guys. We have some of our greatest Pokemon are ready to evolve, so we're going to do that today, and I also plan on going to the Nether. I've been doing some trading with villagers, and I have myself a diamond shovel, so we're now able to go get ourselves some Obsidian and head to the Nether. But first, as I was trading with the villagers, there were a couple surprises that happened off camera, so I'm going to show those right now.
No way, this is insane. You guys are not going to believe my luck. We just ran into a Raboot as we were going around getting ready to start the next episode. And this is insane. We've found 3 fire starters in the first 3 episodes. And honestly, I did not think that was going to happen. If you guys remember on episode 1, I said I'm going to pick Torchic because I feel like fire starters are harder to find. But apparently I was wrong. So this is super exciting. I think Raboot's an awesome Pokemon. I am pumped out of my mind, so let's see if we can catch him. There we go, we got him. It's episode 3, and we already have 3 of the 6 starter Pokemon that we're trying to get by the end of the series. This is awesome.
So we found ourselves a Raboot, just wandering around casually, and I honestly cannot believe it that it's this early in the series. We already have 3 starter Pokemon, and they're all fire types. That is absolutely crazy to me. I thought the fire types were going to be much harder to come by than the other ones. So I'm super excited, and we're going to try and get all 3 of these evolved in this episode. The first 2, Combuskin and Charmeleon, are already ready, so we're going to do those today. There's Blaziken, and he looks sick. I absolutely love the way Blaziken looks in here. Combuskin looks a little bit lame, I'm not going to lie, but Blaziken looks absolutely formidable. Now we're going to go to Charmeleon, and everybody loves the big guy, Charizard. He looks sick. So these guys are awesome, and I'm super excited about this. But also, let's just look how cute this guy is with his hands in his hoodie. I love Raboot. I think he's an awesome Pokemon. I almost started with Scorbunny, so I'm pumped about this. And we might be able to get him to level up right here with this guy. We'll switch train like normal. Sirfetch'd has his backup. He looks like he's got 2 epic bodyguards right here. They're kind of in the way of the fight, but that's all right. All right, that only got Raboot to level 34, so we're going to have to do a little bit more before he can evolve, but that's all right. And there we go. That's 20 Obsidian, which is enough for 2 Nether portals. Took forever because I do not have a super efficient pickaxe, but we got 20. So now we're going to go back, and before we do, this Magikarp is actually ready to evolve. So we're going to get ourselves a Gyarados. Gyarados is definitely one of my favorite Pokemon in all of Pokemon. I think he looks absolutely awesome, and Cobblemon makes him look huge, which is sick. And we're going to be using him quite a bit as we get into the Nether because we're going to need a good water Pokemon, at least until we catch some more water starter Pokemon. I crafted myself a flint and steel, and I was about to head into the Nether when I remembered that I should probably have a bow with me before I go there because I think I'm still playing with gas on. So I figured I might as well show you guys some of the village as well. I have this Fletcher here that I've leveled all the way up using stick trades to get emeralds. And I can get actually a pretty good bow here, but just for the sake of I don't want to spend the time right now to get more emeralds, I'm just going to get a normal bow, and we'll get a better one later on. And then just to show you guys some other things, I also did manage to get myself a villager that sells mending, so I'm super excited about that. I also have a toolsmith and an armorer that are completely leveled up, but I did lock those away just to make sure they stay safe. So they're stuck in there, but they are completely leveled up, which is pretty awesome. But now it's time for us to head to the Nether. I cannot believe the luck that we are having. I was going around just about to build my Nether portal, and we found ourselves a Turtwig. This is incredible. I don't think I've ever been this lucky in a series. So I hope you guys are loving this because we just found our 4th starter Pokemon, and it is only the 3rd episode. Now, Turtwig is actually one of the coolest starters that you can find in Cobblemon as well, because Torterra has a bunch of different really cool forms that you can get. And so we'll probably have to do a poll at some point of what form of Torterra we want to have on our team. But for now, I just want to make sure we catch this guy. And one of the coolest forms of Torterra is the Cherry Tree variant. So I'm actually going to see if I can catch him in a pink ball because I think that would make it look cooler. Let's go. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We just got ourselves a Turtwig. This is incredible. Our luck has been insane this series. And Turtwig is actually ready to evolve. I'm not a huge fan of Grotle. I think Turtwig looks way cooler. But we'll evolve him anyways because that's how we're going to get him to Torterra. And I don't think I'll level him up all the way to Torterra in this episode because I want to have a poll where you guys vote what kind of Torterra you want. But I do think Cherry Tree variant is probably the coolest. Also, another announcement. Our friend Raboot is now ready to evolve. Then we'll go in here and evolve him into Cinderace. And he looks dope. Look at this guy right now. He looks absolutely awesome. He did learn his signature move which is actually a super cool move, Pyro Ball. So we will teach that to him. We'll get rid of agility as well because I don't think we really need that. But now we have a little bit of a difficult problem here, trying to decide what Pokemon we take with us. Because as much as I love having 3 fire starters with me, and I think they all look awesome, it's not the most practical, especially when we're going into the Nether. So I do think I'm going to switch them out. We'll leave Grotle here, and we'll bring Gyarados because he's our best water Pokemon right now, and we'll want one for the Nether. And then I think we'll switch Cinderace with Electabuzz, and we'll leave Charizard and Blaziken with us for now, so I think it is fun to have too. Actually, scratch that. We're going to bring Boldore instead of Electabuzz because I think he's probably a little bit sturdier and he helps more with the type of Pokemon in the Nether. We've been talking about it enough, but now we're going to make ourselves a Nether portal. I want it close, but not too far, and we do want to make it look cool at some point, but for now, for sake of time, I just want to get to the Nether. But I think making the Nether in caves is always a cool thing to do. So I think we'll build it down here, and at some point we can build a cool little walkway down here. So we've got our portal built here. We'll light it with flint and steel, and now we're going to the Nether. Now, as far as armor-wise, I am woefully unprepared. I have 0 armor on me right now, but that's okay. We're still going to have a good time. Let's see if we get a good spawn. Okay, we do. We're in a soul sand biome. There's fossil blocks here, which is awesome. I'm going to need bone meal for something that we're doing later on. I don't see another fortress right here, which is all right. But we're going to explore around here for a little bit, see if we can find anything cool. And I do really need to get some nether quartz for something awesome that we're going to be doing next episode. I also think that Dusknoir is a super cool Pokemon. So we might see if we can get ourselves a Dusclops at some point. But for now, I just want to explore around here in the Nether a little bit. Welcome back. After a while wandering around in the Nether, I finally found another fortress. But I was definitely unprepared to take on Blazes. So we're going to go back and try and raid another fortress at another time when I'm more prepared. But while I was in there, I actually did a couple cool things. For example, I came across a Gengar and decided to just throw a quick ball at it. And I ended up catching it. And he does look a little bit creepy here, I'm not going to lie. But he's a really powerful Pokemon. He's got cool moves. I don't know if I'll use him for a super long time, but I wanted to show him to you guys as well. And also, since this episode is mostly about evolutions, I decided I wanted to evolve Lillipup as well, because Lillipup is one of my, what I call guilty pleasure Pokemon. Pokemon that's maybe not the most popular, but I really, really like. And so I leveled him up, and we're going to evolve him twice in a row here. Once to Herdier, which I think actually looks really sweet. I think they did a good job with his design. And then we'll go one more time into Stoutland, which Stoutland is an absolute beefcake. He's a big boy. So we won't be using him on our team, but I like having him. And so we'll have him in the PC. And then maybe at some point when I introduce the pasture block, we'll be able to have him wandering around our base, which would be a lot of fun. While I was wandering around in the Nether, I also found a Charcadet, which I think is a super awesome Pokemon. It's part of the new generation, but it has 2 evolutions, which are both awesome. Now you do need special items to get those, so we'll have to look around for that, but hopefully we'll be able to get one. And then I also caught a Weirdeer, which is another new Pokemon, and I think he is actually super helpful, so we might use him on the team a little bit because he learns Hypnosis and is a pretty powerful Pokemon, so he can be helpful for catching Pokemon. I also did find a Vespiquen that spawned, and so I caught that as well because it can be a little bit rarer to find a Combee that's female to evolve. I'll try and do most of the catching on camera from now, but I came across these guys while I was wandering around and decided to pick them up. That's going to be it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've enjoyed, please hit that like button, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on future episodes, and definitely check out next week for the next episode because I think it's going to be a really good one.